What was the high like smoking crack?
This is a fine line that crackheads use. Well, I never actually smoked crack. I freebased my own cocaine. You know, I never bought crack off the street. So, and it's funny that they say that because my story is so much like that. I'll never forget, we had like an 8 ball of Coke and I used to smoke Coke all the time. It was no big deal. You get high, but it was nothing. And I remember I was sitting with this girl and her uncle was a big wig in the New York mob, in the Northeast mob scene. And we're sitting and she's cooking this Coke and I'm smoking it and nothing's happening. And so we go to a friend of hers house and he's like, yeah, you're doing it wrong. And he cooks it right. And I took a hit of that he had cooked. Like I had been taking the hits of stuff she had cooked. And the best way to describe it is a helicopter landed on my head and carried me away. And I never wanted to come back. It was an absolutely amazing feeling of, I can't even, it was euphoric. And I pursued that because the thoughts stop, the brain goes numb, the physical feeling of being high on crack cocaine is, as a human being, the endorphin rush is higher than that of sexual intercourse. So there's no comparison. It was just absolute euphoria. And that's where it started. That's not where it ended.
So was that 18 when you picked up crack?
Yeah, right around 17, 18 years old.
Okay, yeah. So then you obviously, we do the math here, you don't get sober until 20. So that's 2.5 years, almost 3 years.
Every day.
Walk us through the progression. And
So at some point, I progressed extremely fast. Like I went through all my cash. All I did was like life was getting high. There was nothing else. I'm diehard that way. I was in 150%. All I did was getting high. That first hit that I actually successfully got high with was probably the only euphoric hit I ever had. From there, it progresses to if you smoke like I smoked. Like I didn't smoke Little Rocks. I smoked. And so paranoia, schizophrenia, not sleeping for days. You smoke a hit, you hit a hit, and then you're at the peephole on the door, looking out the windows. That was me all along. So, and it's so funny because when I got high, all I wanted to do was come down, and when I came down, all I wanted to do was get high. It was absolute insanity. And sometime around, I had to have been about 17 when I got really bad because right around 18. The guys that I was working for running the drugs, they no longer trusted me. I ended up getting arrested. They caught me with like 36 kilos of cocaine, a whole bunch of stuff. And they made all that stuff go away from me. But they put me in rehab.